Well, on behalf of Alcohol Action New Zealand, I have a few closing remarks. I was pleased to be referred to as the Godfather, so I'll raise the volume of my voice. And so I hope that we have come out of the fog and into the clear white light of Wellington. We've heard the politicians, and I thought they were very encouraging. I hope you've enjoyed this conference, which is, as I said at the beginning, a mixture of paediatrics, epidemiology, social, legal, and political factors. As I said, we have heard about the harms, direct harms, and the indirect harms, and we've had a recent session on solutions. And I'm pleased to say I think the media has been here for quite a bit of this conference, both TV and radio. Just to summarise a couple of points, is that I was impressed on the fetal alcohol spectrum disorder as to the huge array of social, legal and addictive and other problems that these unfortunate sufferers have. I had no idea, as you look at the ongoing spectrum of life, the huge difficulties. I think we're privileged to have Russell, the Commissioner of Children, here. You know, one of his quotes was, "Absurdly cheap and available alcohol," you may remember, and that the second-hand effects of alcohol are grossly underestimated. Then I think we were privileged to have his youth group talking to us as well, and one of the phrases I've written down was the perception, as Jess said, that teenagers should not drink responsibly. And then we looked at the attitudinal issues that have changed around drinking and driving and youth, and the changes through smoking. I took it from Jenny Connor that there are 4,000 cases where alcohol is considered to be the factor in abuse. So 4,000 cases per annum where alcohol is considered to be involved with abuse or maltreatment of children. Is that right, Jenny? Yes, good. And another of your statistics that I thought was really interesting, that of women planning pregnancy, only 7% were abstinent, so there's work to do there. I really enjoyed Nick Baker's presentation, and I'll give you his one-liners, his policy one-liners again. Every sleep should be a safe sleep. Safety in numbers, no. Every child needs a sober caregiver. He mentioned something really unusual called a non-alcohol related conception. That's the first time I'd heard of that. And a life spoiled by a marionation in alcohol. And again, with the fetal alcohol spectrum, we were privileged to hear Elizabeth and Craig talk in detail. And again, I was impressed about the in-depth morbidity from this condition. I'm glad for Safe Kids New Zealand that alcohol has become a critical focus area. I'm delighted to hear the modelling around the mirage without smoking tobacco or alcohol, and that modelling which was suggested to be somewhat disconnected from some of our thinking. We've heard more about the free trade agreement just recently. That's really important, and I thought that was a really good discussion. At that point, I was phoned by the Minister's office to say what was I doing about Wellington's slow ED department, and I said I was dealing with something much more important and bigger, which I'm not sure if that was appreciated. Thank you, Dawn, for getting here and focusing us on who the 15% of these most vulnerable 163,000 children are. Doug, I've heard all those things you've said before, and they are important to keep saying and really important in front of our politicians. The normalisation of excessive free marketing of alcohol. It's a Class B drug, it's not milk. And there was a really good discussion of the late and limp alcohol reform bill. But I did think our politicians were listening up And I think it's really great that they came and gave their generally positive perspective. And I think it would be important to congratulate Tim McIndoe on his supplementary audit paper about age. Yeah, so I think he's gone, but... So I'll finish there and just say that Alcohol Action New Zealand has more work to do. I thought we were invited to keep on our activities as the alcohol law reform approaches. I want to thank all the speakers and the chairs. In the aforementioned crate, there is a box down here which isn't wine but grapefruit juice, and any speaker should come forth after this and we will distribute these. I don't know how you get grapefruit juice through the customs in Australia on return, but it should be possible. Grape juice. Thank you very much. I must be getting tired, but not as tired as you are, Doug, being up so early. And thank you. And just finally, I know this has been filmed, and I'd like to thank the Ministry of Health and Alcohol Healthline for sponsoring the filming. So those are the main things that I had to sum up. And is there anything else from the front row that needs to be said? Okay, well, thank you very much, and I'll hand over to Rafiri to close this conference. Best wishes.